Welcome to the Finance Story. We're running a series where we capture stories of the young and what they've done with either technology or finance. Today, I'm talking to a young person who's just done that. His name is Aman Soni, who is a senior analyst at 314 Capital. 314 Capital, as you all know, has funded companies like Licious and Darwinbox. We have so much going on in that firm, and Aman is at the thick of the startup ecosystem, and he's going to talk about that. Aman is also a chartered accountant from the 2019 batch. He's going to tell us about his journey too. Aman, how are you?
Man, it's so exciting to be on this platform. And I've been following the finance story for a long period of time. I think I at one point I actually hoped to get featured, and the day has come.
No, it's nice, but I have to start with your history. Audience would want to know. Yeah, why did you choose finance at such an early age?
I think so. I think the story goes way back when I think I was one. My father moved from Mumbai to a small town called Akola. And I think he used to earn what, 5 to 6 thousand bucks. He never like made us feel some shortage of anything of that sort. But then I looked at my mom, I used to look at my dad. Both of them really worked hard. My father used to work as a finance manager on companies, and then again after the job, he used to take this private consultations as well. So from the beginning, like, I used to work all of these finance strategy that he used to communicate to his clients, and it kind of piqued my interest, like, what he's talking about, the business and all of that. And then when I came across in my 10th standard, I met these bunch of ambitious group, my own folks. These guys were my school friends, and I got inspired. Some of them preparing for CA, and I was like, I think, yeah, I mean, CA is something that we should definitely do. And I had some of my relatives as well who had done CA, and they commanded respect. So one of the aspects also that attracted to me was the respect that CAs command in the society. And I got good grades by God's grace, and then I entered Nursing Munji College of Commerce and Economics. And I think that college played a very, very important role in shaping who I am today. The kind of opportunities that it provided, the kind of people that I met. So 12th standard went smoothly, cleared my CPD as well. Then came IPCC, the second level of chartered accountancy. Didn't clear, failed there, and both groups. And it's the stage where there are only two possibilities. Either you are like, you sulk, you decide that, mujhse nahi hoga, I can't do it, and you choose something else, or you actually work upon it. So when the results came in, my mother just hugged me from behind and just said, "Ki, tu second attempt mein clear kar lega. You will be able to do it." And that kind of empowered me. That's the day I revamped my entire approach and focused only on CA, my IPCC exam. I joined the library, so the kind of folks that I met there, they helped me in my approach. That really propelled me into becoming something that I am today. And I cleared IPCC, joined a great a CA firm, did my articleship there. I think during my CA final also there was this. I think I was hospitalized for 5 days. I had dengue, but then people, my friends, my office colleagues, they came into my house. They kind of pushed me that you can do it. When you have people telling you that so many people wishing for you, so many people telling that you can probably do it. That gives you a lot of energy. And I cleared CA. It was
Yeah.
celebrations all across.
You moved from consulting to a complete finance role where you work with startups and you advise them. How was that change, moving from a consulting advisory?
And during my first year of article itself, I decided that audit and tax is something I really don't want to do. And I came across a lot of articles on startups coming out, and then the Startup India initiative also happened that time. So I used to look at the VC ecosystem as well a lot, and the ability of you taking bet on people, you taking bet on ideas, and then actually helping them out to grow. Those two things attracted me a lot, and I decided there on itself that after clearing my CA, I would want to be a part of this industry. I cleared my CA. I had tried, reaching out to a lot of VCs, but without experience or without connections, it's really difficult. So I think at that particular moment of time, the next best alternative that I had was Deloitte. And the kind of role Deloitte offered me of business modeling in their financial advisory, it kind of allowed me to deep dive into different sectors, to deep dive into different business plans. And I think I couldn't be more thankful because one, you have a brand, two, you have developed a skill set. So that's how the transition was sort of it became. And I think after 1.5 years in Deloitte, I decided that I really now need to move, because if I don't move right now, if I become comfortable here, then I don't think I would have probably moved somewhere else. So I was interviewing with 314 Capital in some day in December. My interview got over, and within 15 minutes, I had this email from Deloitte saying that you're promoted to become a deputy manager. So the dilemma that I had is like, you have this promotion, you have this opportunity, great opportunity, you are in your comfort zone, you are in your city, all of that versus something that you always wanted to do, but it requires you to move cities, it requires you to take some sacrifices, you're moving away from your parents and your friends, etc. So what do you do? And there was just one gut feeling that, hey, look, if you really want to grow, if you really want to become the person that you want, then this is the opportunity. So I took the plunge, moved from Mumbai to Bangalore, started working with 314 Capital. That's how it happened.
How was your interview process? Did you get to meet Ms. Mohandas Pai? Did you meet Pranav, Siddharth? How did the entire line of interviews go?
So I remember coming across 314 Capital, and I was like, yeah, this particular firm has all those characteristics, that they are India focused, that they're so brilliant, and the team is so young, that I really wanted to be a part of it. So one fine day, I messaged Pranav straightforward on LinkedIn saying that I sent him my resume, I sent him what I have done, and I told him that I really want this opportunity. He straight away connected me to the finance lead that we have over here, Richard, and he took my interview. And the interview process is also something I found very unique. So typically, what you find is they ask you certain questions, they give you case study and an example case study, and that's on that basis they basically judge you whether you are good or not. At 314, the straight away ask was, if you are able to do something that you do daily, okay. So I was sent a case study. I was given I think 4 days, right, to solve that case study. It was a live example. Some numbers here and there were changed. So I was working on a live project. So it was a business plan. We had to do the diligence of a basis that that plan, and we also had to raise certain areas of concerns, or what are the risks involved in this business, what are the areas that you can do better, their costing strategy, their pricing strategy, all of that needed to be covered, right? And at the same time, he gave me a side assignment on research, where I had to do research on co-lending and FLDG. So all of that. So I prepared. I had 2-3 days. I prepared and I presented it. The discussion went for hour and a half, I think, with my lead, and I think after that, after I think 2 to 3 days, he at the same time he gave me some side assignment also on InsurTech, which I enjoyed working. So I think after 3 days, he gave me a call. He was like, we found you good fit, and we want you to. So at the same time, I had told him about my promotion as well, right? So he was like, "What do you want to do?" So I told him that ultimate goal is to come in VC. So he told me that drop your papers and come to Bangalore. That's all that happened. And when I met people over here, when I met Siddharth, Pranav, there was no nonsense around. It was just straightforward that it's, hey, look, we are here to perform. It's a performance-driven firm, and that's what we care about. And you will really learn well. You will grow if you deliver as compared to something else, right? So I think the straightforwardness, the commitment that they have towards this firm, kind of pumped me up a lot.
Okay, you came on board. You say you have 20 startups in your portfolio or startups that you have to help to scale. What is the role that you took at 314? It's a senior analyst role. Are startups good at forecasting their finances?
Okay. So our role in portfolio management and finance team starts from the time a term sheet is issued to a particular company, right? So we have a deal flow team which looks after sourcing the businesses. Once a business is sourced by them, they come to us. We then conduct due diligences on them, whether it's commercial, legal, financial. And after that, after reviewing all of it, and we've got a comfort that actually this idea or this proposition makes financial sense. Once they are onboarded them to our portfolio, it gets allocated to one of the team members. We currently have 72 active startups in our portfolio. We are supposed to analyze how the company is progressing. If it's an early stage company, we help them set up their financials. Help them set up their operations. Help them with their product strategy, their pricing strategy, and anything ad hoc which the management requires. We monitor their financial situations, and we also help them in their valuation. Some of the companies, when they are going for an up round and they want to build a DCF or any kind of financial model, that is where also we support them. So this is how the portfolio management works at a broad level. There are a lot of nitty-gritties to it. We also do treasury, we also do debt for them. Because between the two rounds, you also need some finance to extend your runway. And looking at the current market scenario, you'll know for the fact that some of the startups are really struggling. There are layoffs, etc. So how do you manage your finance is really important, right? Whether the startups are able to forecast their assumptions or not. So I believe that most of the founders focus more on their product, focus more on the market size or achievability. But when it comes down to detailing each aspects, so that is where we actually support them. They do come up with the assumptions, but we help them, we assist them in kind of cleaning it up, tweaking some nuances here and there, and then finally we have a good plan which makes sense logically, as well as something which is ambitious, because startups at the end of the day are highly scalable business, right? So you want them, you will have those ambitious assumptions in your plans, but at the same time, that those should make sense, and those should make sense with respect to the market conditions as well. That's how it is.
Okay. And what do you do to them? I mean, you work with them to analyze, like you said, the nitty-gritties of the finance, pricing strategies, product positioning. But wouldn't they already know these things?
The focus for a startup is always on the product, and but what happens is, like, at the early stage, there are so many things that a founder is trying to take care of. Then he actually the one of the reasons that I've come across, why founders actually go to venture capitalists, is not just because of money. Money is secondary, but what they also go for is the value that a venture capital firm can offer them, right? So our firm, if you look at 314, if you look at our portfolio, fintech, enterprise SaaS, you name it, the kind of different sectors that we have, because the people come to us is because we help them. We help them with the areas that they are not able to, or we kind of work as an extension of the team as well at times. Because at the end of the day, all that we care about is growing our companies, growing our startups to a level that's unmatchable, and that's the ultimate goal, right? To get the maximum return.
Brilliant. Many of the founders may want to control things themselves, right? What do you look forward to with them while they come to you?
So I think at the end of the day, since they are the ones who are, like, having that business, so they know the max about their business, right? But when they come to us, we the kind of advice that they take from us is how efficiently we can run the business. I'm new to the firm. It's been 3 months, right? But throughout these 3 months, we've ensured that whatever companies that I've handled, I interact with them very closely. I understand what their needs are, and it is on need basis that we actually go to them. So there are two things to it. we said that the source of the data, so we analyze the data very well, right? We can actually point out, okay, where the problem areas are, right? Then we go to the we engage with the founders, we engage with the finance leaders of those particular companies, and we talk to them. We tell them that, okay, look, this is what we've come across, right? Do you believe that this is a problematic area? Do you feel that this area can be your product strategy or your pricing strategy can become even better? Because we don't want to intrude, or we don't want them to feel that, okay, we are the ones running the business. So we are there to support them. That's all.
Okay. To a new bunch of founders that come to you, what advice would you give them in your small stint as a VC?
Whenever a founder comes in, I think primarily they focus more on their product, and they forget about finance and operations. When I say forget, I don't mean that it's completely pushed aside, but they soon realize later that had they been financially prudent, had they been operationally efficient, they could have achieved much more early on. And there was this article about Zoom pre-IPO. It had this budgeted burn that they used to budget their burns, and if you look at just the numbers before their their IPOs, you would see that whatever they earn is the exact amount that they're burning. They're not burning more, right? So this sort of strategy it's something that's proven. It's something that founders need to know that, okay, yes, we need to focus on our product, that yes, we need to focus on our growth, but we also need to ensure that we are sustainable, right? At the end of the day, you want your runways to be higher, right? That's, I think from the past couple of weeks, I'm telling you honestly, all of the startups are focusing on their runway. All of them. Finance and operational efficiency is something that we should definitely look
into. It is exciting to be part of 314. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Aman Soni, who's a senior analyst at 314 Capital. Thank you, Aman, for being on the show, and we'll have you on our show again soon, especially on a panel.
Hopefully we'll definitely be a part of it. Thank you so much for taking my interview and taking the time out for this.
No problem.